Hi everyone, it's Kitty from Kitty's Apothecary. Today I wanted to talk about a question that I see come up a lot, Etsy and Amazon Handmade specifically. And I'll get into a little bit of Shopify as well. I started on Etsy in 2014. And from there, Amazon Handmade wasn't even in existence yet. It was pretty much just Etsy. But if you know the history of Etsy, and even now in 2022, it's not everyone knows about it. It's not as well known as, say, Amazon. Although when people shop on Amazon, even still now, they're not familiar with Amazon Handmade or that you can get customized handmade items uh, on Amazon. And it's interesting because the clientele and the customers that are on Etsy and the customers that are on Amazon are very different. But that's like the nature of the marketplace. So I'll just go over a couple of things that I like on Etsy. And then I'll move on to Amazon, and then we'll talk a little bit about Shopify and running your own website and that kind of thing. So with Etsy, the number one thing is it's really easy to get started. Even if you've never run any sort of business or sold on a marketplace, Etsy is super easy to use. Super duper easy to use. So yeah, it's really easy to set up your shop. It's easy to create the listings. Pretty much any changes that you make to a listing, whether you're updating photos or you're updating descriptions, it will load up instantaneously. Whereas on Amazon Handmade, sometimes the changes that you make on a listing are it's just not, you won't notice the changes that you made until up to 15 to 20 minutes later. Sometimes it's taken me all day for me to see the changes that I've made. So in that regards, Amazon Handmade is just not as user friendly. Now, the difference between Etsy and Amazon is that there are far more shoppers on Amazon than there are on Etsy. Even though Etsy's been around since 2007, 2008. And with Etsy as opposed to Amazon, Etsy will deposit your money a lot quicker. Now, I know that they've made some changes to new stores. There is a preliminary provisional period where if you just open up your shop, uh, Etsy will hold on to your fees for a certain amount of time before they will release the funds. I believe after you've had your Etsy shop and you fulfilled a certain amount of orders, and I don't know what the threshold is with Etsy, but they will then move you into the daily or weekly or monthly deposits, whatever you set up. But in the beginning, if you're just starting out and you're going to go and make an Etsy shop today, Etsy will hold your funds for a certain amount of time. Now on Amazon Handmade, I've been selling on Amazon Handmade since 2017. And it's an application process. You literally have to fill out a form, show them photos of your products. If you have a website or if you're on Etsy, it will be a lot easier to have them review and most likely approve your shop. So that I'll talk more about that afterwards. But yeah, so with Amazon Handmade, they will hold your funds. It usually, for me, it ends up being about 2 to 3 weeks from the time of the sale for the funds to be dispersed. From what I understand, it's basically they will release the funds 7 days after the delivery date to make sure that the customer is satisfied with the purchase and there's nothing weird happening. And then at that point, it will then be ready to be dispersed to your account. And then they'll hold it till your next deposit date, or you can request the funds. And then from there, they will deposit either all of the money or, depending on what's in your account, they'll release some of the funds and do a deposit. In that regard, I really like Etsy a lot more because I have my funds set up where I get deposits weekly. That is the difference between Etsy and Amazon. Now, Amazon is a little bit trickier to learn how to set up your shop once you get approved. There's a lot more that you could do with their Amazon ads than you can with Etsy. Etsy's ads are very simplified. I'm not happy with the changes that they've made in that aspect. I use my Etsy shop in my application to Amazon Handmade to get approved. And I know that Amazon says that it takes about a week for the application to be reviewed. In my case, back in 2017, it was approved within, I want to say, 24 to 48 hours. And so that part was pretty easy. You just answer the questions, you provide links, or you upload photos to your products and your workspace and, your bio about what it is that you do. But yeah, in terms of what I sell on Amazon or Etsy only, the real answer is why would you limit yourself to one marketplace? I think that when you're just getting started out, the smartest option would be Etsy. At some point, you might want to work into your business strategy Amazon. Amazon Handmade is probably a good start. They don't charge you an annual fee if you're selling on just Amazon regular. There is a $40 annual fee to be a seller. And then obviously there are fees for commission fees. So when an item sells, they take X amount and on top of, the sale. The difference between Etsy and Amazon is that you don't pay a 20-cent listing fee. With Etsy, you pay the 20-cent listing fee. Both marketplaces, Etsy and Amazon Handmade, take a commission fee. And then there's a couple of other fees stacked on. The cool thing with Amazon is that you will see in the dashboard when you create your listing, literally how much Amazon's commission they will take for that transaction. In terms of sales tax, Amazon and Etsy handle that for you. So it's a lot less stressful. And yeah, so Amazon, you'll see the fees before you even make the sale. Etsy, you don't see the fees as to how much they'll take out until the time of the sale. And even then, it's a little convoluted. Now, I know that they just changed the finance side of the seller dashboard so that it's easier and clear to see how much you're bringing in versus how much you're paying Etsy in terms of advertising fees, whether you're doing, Etsy's ads, their commission fees, and all that stuff, because everything does add up. So yeah, Etsy's a lot easier to use in terms of all of the fees between the two marketplaces. I think that Etsy and Amazon are about equal in terms of the products that I'm selling and their commission fees. By the time everything adds up with Etsy ads, the sale, the credit card processing of the sale, the commissions and whatnot, it ends up being almost, if not more, depending on the ads, in terms of the Amazon fees. Like they're about neck and neck. So like people saying that Amazon's too expensive, I think Etsy's right there with Amazon, really. In fact, I've noticed that over the years since I've been selling with Etsy, Etsy makes more and more moves to be like Amazon, which can be challenging, but at the same time, if you can roll with the punches and you can adapt, then you're going to be in really good shape to be on Amazon and participate in that marketplace so that you can grow your business. We all know that Amazon, in terms of the buyer marketplace pie, Amazon has like 50% of that pie. So wouldn't you want to make some of those sales? Now, I know that there's like ethical concerns with Amazon. You don't necessarily have to use Amazon's FBA. You can use fulfillment by Amazon, even for handmade sellers on Amazon. But if you're not comfortable with having the warehouse ship your items and you're storing your items, and if your items don't move, you do pay a rental fee to have your items there stored if it's there for a longer amount of time. So if you're just starting out on Amazon, it may not make sense for your business to have Amazon fulfill your orders. Obviously, that drives your cost up even higher in terms of the commission rate. But if you sell lighter, smaller items and they're really easily mass produced, FBA might be a great fit to expand your business, especially if you don't like packing orders. I think that Amazon Handmade should eventually be a part of your strategy. They are a marketplace giant, and I don't see Amazon going anywhere anytime soon. And if you're serious about your business and going full time, it would be foolish not to participate on that marketplace. But that's just me. Is I'm of the logic of, well, if you can't beat them, join them. So, uh, take that with a grain of salt, and then you can start learning how to sell on that marketplace. Now, as far as Shopify is not necessarily a marketplace. It is kind of like your own website. Now, you have your domain. You can purchase it through Shopify, or you can bring your domain to Shopify. My gripe with Shopify is that they're very expensive for a web host, but and it's still, you have to design everything yourself. Etsy, they hold your hand and walk you through, setting up your shop with your bio, um, what else, and creating your items and stuff. Whereas with Shopify, you're pretty much building your page from scratch. With Shopify, if I ever wanted to change host, I wouldn't be able to take the website with me. I wouldn't be able to take my designs, and the shopping history in terms of the reviews and all and the product listings and whatnot. I wouldn't be able to take that with me. With my WordPress WooCommerce site, I can download it and transfer that website to any other host. Now I know that's just a little bit of a process, and sometimes there's fees involved depending on your web host. But I could take it with me wherever, to whichever host I want to go to. Yeah, when you're first getting started out, it can seem really daunting and confusing. Etsy is the easiest one to get started with. Then I would move on to experimenting with other marketplaces. So I would say try it out and experiment. What's the worst that can happen? Uh, Obviously, don't bite off more than you can chew. Start off slow, start off small, and get comfortable with one marketplace first before you expand onto another marketplace or branching off into your own website. That's just kind of my strategy. So start small and go from there. Uh, Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had a wonderful new year. I hope to be making more videos soon. If you like this video, drop a comment below. If you have any questions, always, put it in the comments, ask in the Facebook group, send me an email. All my contact information is going to be in the comments below. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope everyone is off to a great 2022 so far. Thank you so much. Mwah!